Hello everybody and welcome to the Goodyear OMNITRAC launch. I'm Laura Tobin and we are streaming live from London with viewers joining us from across Europe, the Middle East and Africa. So over the next 30 minutes we'll be telling you everything that you need to know about this innovative new product range, from the commercial benefits to the target audience and of course the technology that makes the new OMNITRAC range so unique. Plus, we'll be putting a selection of your questions to a team of experts from Goodyear at the end of the show. Don't forget, if you haven't already submitted your questions, you can still do that online throughout today's event. So, let's get started. Joining me is David Ankart. He is Goodyear's Vice President of Commercial Tyres in Europe. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Laura.
So, a brand new range. So much to find out about in the next 30 minutes. Let's start with who the target audience is for OMNITRAC, who's going to be interested in this particular tyre range.
So the target audience for the OMNITRAC is vehicle operators operating in mixed service conditions. Mixed service conditions means vehicles going on the road and then also off-road to sites where they operate. And
so have you got an example of an industry this may be happening in?
A couple of examples. Construction, for instance, where you have to get to a construction site, operate on a construction site, waste management, recycling management, or also transport of wood or transport of agricultural goods going into the forest, on the fields. That's where we need to operate, as well as on the roads.
So some really demanding situations and environments. What has changed lately to mean that OMNITRAC is so relevant right now?
Something that hasn't changed is the severity of the operations once off-road.
Yeah.
There are stones, there are going to be rocks, so the conditions there continue to be severe. But two other trends are improving the operating conditions. And the improved operating conditions will be, for instance, those types of vehicle fleets spend more time on the road, travel larger distances, that's one. And secondly, if you think about the access ramps, the access roads to sites like construction sites, the quality of those ramps, the quality of those roads has improved over time.
Good.
So that's the operating condition. Now on top, there has also been evolution in the regulatory conditions. And from a regulations perspective, we've seen, for instance, the requirement in some countries to be compliant with winter regulations, three-peak mountain sulfuric compliance, which really talks to the winter performance of the tires.
So can you give me some practical examples as to how you've developed this range?
Yes. So these trends have influenced the new range because, number one, when we were looking at the severity of the operating conditions in off-road conditions, we really were looking to find the necessary grip to operate on soft soil, to operate on gravel, for instance, but also the necessary damage resistance. Imagine a lot of stones, other foreign materials, rocks, that the tires need to resist in terms of damage. On top of that, once you get off the site, you get on the road, you want to make sure that the vehicle operator gets the most out of the tires in terms of on-road performance. And on-road performance will include mileage, the distance the tires can travel, and secondly also fuel economy, the fuel economy the tires can bring to this vehicle fleet.
So that makes complete sense, but what other factors have gone into the development of this OMNITRAC range?
A fleet is focused on total cost of ownership. So as an example, mileage and fuel economy contribute there, but also retreadability of the product, extremely important to get the most out of that casing.
So the all-important question, are you happy with the product?
I'm extremely excited about the product we are introducing today. There has been extensive research and development going into the product, a product that's providing to our customers effectiveness and efficiency in their mixed service operations.
Fantastic. We're finding out much more about that later on, but for now, thank you very much, David. Still to come on the show, we're going to be hearing all about the patented technology behind the new OMNITRAC range. And don't forget, you can still send your questions in online. First, though, let me introduce you to Benjamin Willett. He's Director of Marketing for Commercial Tyres, Goodyear Europe. He's going to talk us through the features and benefits of the new range. Hi there, Benjamin.
Hello, Laura. My pleasure to be here.
Thank you for joining us. So David gave us an insight into the audience and the industry sectors that OMNITRAC's aimed at, but can you tell us a little bit more about the product range itself?
Sure. This new range complements the existing OMNITRAC MS2 range. It is for tires to be used both on paved and unpaved surfaces, and we are launching today's steer and drive tires that will be used in mixed service application.
So can you tell me a little bit more about what your customers are looking for?
Sure. So as David mentioned earlier, the mixed service application goes across a wide range of industries. Let's take an example, a modern concrete mixing plant, which typically will be located in urban development areas and will produce on a daily basis up to 3,000 cubic meters of concrete.
Right, wow.
Which represents up to 300 truckloads in and out each day.
Every day.
And of course, if you manage this type of operation, you need to run it rather smoothly. And you expect from tires several key characteristics. I would mention first the robustness of the tires, the reliability, and also the efficiency in operations. So said, in other words, this is really about peace of mind for the fleet operator.
Okay, so you're looking for robustness and reliability, that's clear. Can you tell us a little bit more about how the new products can help to address the needs and also provide operators with greater peace of mind?
Yes, sure. So it features a greater robustness through an enhanced durability, but also a corrosion resistance, which is what you need for the retreadability. And this is coming from a unique technology, which we call DuraShield, and that my colleague Laurent Colantonio will present in a minute. This is also about a longer tire service life or mileage performance, and it features also an enhanced traction or grip, and this for the entire life of the tire in the various conditions of usage. And it has also a great winter performance through the compliance with the three-peak mountain snowflake, and this both for drive and steer tires. And last but not least, it features also the RFID technology.
So this RFID technology, can you tell me a little bit more about that, an example of how it can be used?
RFID is a chip which is integrated into the tires of this new OMNITRAC range, and it enables a simple identification and also the connectivity to present and future tire and vehicle management systems.
Excellent. So we have some new sizes. Can you tell us a little bit more about those, Benjamin?
Yeah, obviously. So we are launching essentially, all the most popular sizes. So, and this size kit will be launched starting now in December 2018. And we are also launching a brand new size in this mixed service category, which is a 315/70 R22.5. Why this size? This is due to the evolution of the construction industry, but also the growth of the recycling industry, where we see operators needing more and more multi-purpose application also, and also related to the vehicle, where the ground clearance may become less important, and this is also about the ability to carry a high volume potential.
So, an impressive list of benefits, but I guess it is easy to claim these things. How can you give your customers confidence that the new OMNITRAC range can be relied upon, particularly when we're looking at robustness and durability?
Absolutely. So this element of peace of mind is so crucial. And you know, Laura, we are so confident about this range that we have decided to provide the fleet operators with a guarantee.
Okay.
And this guarantee is twofold. It is the tires will be covered by a tire damage or accidental guarantee. This is one. And two, we guarantee also a 100% casing acceptance for the retreadability, where the customer-owned casing model is available.
So that all sounds fantastic. Where can people find out more information about the guarantee?
It is available on our website, Goodyear website, but also in the press pack which is distributed.
So that's the OMNITRAC guarantee, but what other initiatives have you put into place for this new OMNITRAC range?
Sure, at Goodyear we offer numerous services and solutions in order to improve the tire performance of the fleet operator and be able to monitor it. Okay? And I would just mention one, which is Goodyear Proactive Solutions, which give really real-time information about the tires.
So what does that entail?
So the Goodyear Proactive Solution is a unique and full suite of database solutions which enable a fleet operator to monitor the performance of its tire and also get efficiency out of it. So for instance, we have the Goodyear TPMS for tire pressure monitoring system, which is enabling the fleet operators to have real-time the pressure of its tire, and which will enable him to maximize its uptime and its efficiency.
Very clever. I also understand there's G-Predict technology. Can you tell us a bit more about this? Why is it so special?
Yes, sure. So G-Predict is a unique series of patented and predictive algorithm which will enable the fleet operator, if there is any potential issue with the tire, not only to be informed, but also to take the preventive measures so that the issue does not occur.
Right, so you've touched on a number of points there, Benjamin, from the customer's expectations of the products to the guarantee that gives extra peace of mind, and of course, the Goodyear proactive solutions.
Yes, Laura, and that's only one part of the story, because what goes also beyond that is a very exciting part, which is related to the technology which we have injected into the product. And we have prepared a short film in order to explain that.
Fantastic, let's take a look.
Yeah.
So the film that we've just seen summarises the technology behind the new OMNITRAC range. And I'm pleased to say that I'm now joined by Laurent Colantonio. He's Goodyear's Director of Technology for Commercial Tyres, Europe, Middle East and Africa. Welcome. And this is what we were talking about.
Absolutely.
It's so exciting to see them up close.
Very happy to be here today.
And so one of the features that makes OMNITRAC unique is the DuraShield technology. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, of course. So the Goodyear patented DuraShield technology is a top protective belt innovative technology that brings protection against casing damage to a new level, that brings to the end user an improved tread life of the product as well as a much better retreadability of the casings. What is truly unique about the DuraShield technology is that the top protective belt is made of a non-metallic material that we are very proud to bring to the market in truck tires. Together with a very specific and unique cord construction, that material goes through a very specific process that gives it the stiffness and the adhesion that we need to make it suitable for truck tire applications.
Okay, so clearly Goodyear have created something totally unique. No other tyre is made in the same way. But what's the practical benefits of that to the end user?
I'll try to explain using a simple example. It's easy to imagine that a mixed service tire operating in off-road tough conditions has a very difficult life. It can be cut and damaged by external sharp objects like sharp stones or captured gravel that will damage the tread. Ultimately, those events can lead to an ingress of water into the tire structure, and when water meets steel, it creates corrosion and rust, therefore limiting the tread life of the tire and reducing its retreadability potential. Here, with the DuraShield technology, which is non-metallic, that rust phenomenon does not exist, which therefore brings all the benefits we talked about. That's really cool.
And so what else has OMNITRAC done to improve robustness?
So we are using a specific cool running tread compound on both OMNITRAC steer and drive tires that limits the heat generation that happens in the structure when the tire rolls. This protects the casing against excessive heat and improves its durability. On top of that, we have put into the two products an extra thick protective base that has excellent tear properties that are extremely difficult to tear, and the thickness prevents events like stone drilling from happening.
So let's take a look at the individual tyres more closely. It's nice to see them clean.
Yeah, absolutely. They do not always look like that.
And this is the OMNITRAC S, so let's start with this one.
So the OMNITRAC S tires is featuring 5 ribs composed of elements including sibes. They've been specifically designed to provide a very uniform ground pressure of the tire when it rolls, which increase the mileage potential of the tire, specifically on on-road applications. As well, it provides excellent traction to the tire, specifically when it is used on trucks with hydraulic traction systems that are providing torque also on the steer axle.
So because of the surfaces that these tyres have to operate on, as you've said, stones can be a particular problem, so they get stuck in the grooves and they can cause damage.
Right.
So what have you done with the new OMNITRAC range to reduce the risk? Because obviously it's a really big problem.
This is very right. So we have designed quick release groove geometries. The slope of those grooves is designed in such a way that when the tire captures gravels when it runs off the road, those gravels get released very easily and therefore are not creating additional damage to the tire structure.
Right, so that's OMNITRAC S or steer. Now let's take a moment to look at OMNITRAC D or drive. Tell me about this one.
It's a directional design with a rather massive design at the center line of the tire. So we find in the blocks several blades as well. What does it do for the tire performance? On the drive axle, most of the torque is transmitted at the center of the design. So making it very robust and stiff prevents, reduces the wear of the product and gives super mileage potential. The sibes themselves are providing traction potential. The designs are meeting the stringent 3-peak mountain snowflake snow traction requirements.
Yeah. So everybody watching will know that mixed service tyres face so much wear and tear from the rough surfaces and because of the muddy conditions. Are you confident that the OMNITRAC range is equipped to deal with these kind of demanding environments?
It has been designed for.
Yes.
So in the design, you will find stone protectors that are protecting the casing from the damages of the stones.
Yeah.
And on top of them, we have extremely wide grooves at the shoulder that are excellent to drain out the mud from the design and therefore providing excellent traction throughout the tire life, the entire tire life.
So an important feature that customers will be really interested in is the retreading. So how does OMNITRAC perform in this respect?
So thanks to all the technologies that you have just reviewed, the retreading potential of those products is very high, which means that the OMNITRAC steer and drive tires have been developed according to the multiple life concept.
So multiple life concept means what?
It really means what it says. It means that our customers can benefit from a tire that has more than one life. By that way, they make the best usage of their tire assets and therefore reduce drastically their cost per kilometer.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much, Laurent. And of course, a more detailed explanation of the technology that goes into the development of the new OMNITRAC range, including the patented DuraShield technology, can be found in the press pack that accompanies this launch, and it's available on the Goodyear newsroom. And it's now time for the Q&A session. Submitting your questions online, and it's now time to put them to the team from Goodyear. So Laurent and Benjamin, welcome back. The first question is for you, Benjamin. Now, can you tell me what the mileage expectations are on this new range?
Well, actually, Laura, in this particular case, mileage performance, it is not so easy to give you a very precise answer because it will depend on various factors like the type of vehicle, the type of road, the type of maintenance. What is more important than the pure mileage is actually the performance for the full lifetime of this tire, including the casings and the retreadability. Our internal tests have demonstrated that when it comes to both mileage and retreadability, we have improved the performance by a factor which is double-digit.
Okay, thank you. Now, the next question is for you, Laurent.
Yep.
What kind of rigorous testing have Goodyear put these tyres through?
So those tires are obviously going through very stringent internal Goodyear indoor and outdoor testing, and the tires obviously fulfill all of our requirements. Now, what is maybe more interesting is that when those tires are also evaluated in fleets. So we test the tires with our customers throughout the entire geography where we will sell them. And to give you an idea, those tires have been exposed to 90 million kilometers overall in fleet testing. So this is a huge number. And to give you some measure of what it means, this is corresponding to going back and forth to the moon more than 100 times.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Next question is for you, Laurent.
Yeah.
Now, will this DuraShield technology be standard on all Goodyear tyres?
No. So today we have no short-term plan to deploy the technology into other product lines. However, now that the technology is developed, it's part of our technology portfolio, and we will consider every instance where we can use it in other tires.
Okay. Next question for you, Benjamin. What is the pricing structure for the new range?
Well, actually, we do not communicate publicly on the structure of the pricing of an individual product. I can, however, tell you that obviously we want to be competitive in the marketplace based on all the benefits that we'll offer to those fleet operators.
Fantastic. Now, Laurent, I think I'll ask you this one. Yeah. Are all the tyres equipped with RFID?
Yes, so all the 22.5-inch tires of the line will come to the market with RFIDs. There is one exception today, the 24-inch, which is for primary usage in the emerging markets, is not with RFID, but it will come as soon as possible. Okay,
thank you. And now this is the last question that we have time for. So let me just check this question again. So the sidewall of the mixed surface tyre is really vulnerable. So how can you protect this one?
Okay, so the sidewall of the mixed surface tires is designed to go through the conditions where the tires have to operate, and the tires are doing the job. That I can certify.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for answering our questions.
Welcome.
That is all the questions that we have time for. Thank you so much for submitting them. If there's anything else that you would like to know, you can get in touch with your local Goodyear PR, who will be more than happy to help. Now, before we wrap up, what are the key messages that you would like the people watching today to leave with, Benjamin?
Thank you, Laura. So this new OMNITRAC range is a perfect choice for vehicles operating in mixed service applications, where those vehicles will face the tough conditions of unpaved roads, but will be predominantly used on paved roads. And this new range features this unique and new DuraShield technology, together with new design and compound characteristics for the mileage, for the robustness, and for the retreadability, okay, which is really great. A second feature is related to this RFID chip, for simple identification and connectivity to tire management system, the present one and the one in the future. And last but not least, we also offer this famous OMNITRAC guarantee, where we cover the tire against accidental damage, and we guarantee also a 100% casing acceptance for retreadability. So at the end of the day, we are extremely proud of this new range and all the benefits that we can offer to our customers.
And you should be. Thank you so much, Laurent and Benjamin. And most importantly, thank you very much for joining us today. Goodbye.
Very good.